Some Sixers updates before their NBA Cup game with the Boston Celtics tomorrow night. We have a Jared McCain update. We have a full injury update. We got an update on Paul George, kind of, and some other things. Let's go.
Sixers, why won't you just lose and put me out of my misery? Why do you gotta keep doing this to me, bro? Nobody else should touch the ball right here. He shoots it from the logo. Oh, we're going to overtime! Tyrese Maxey is a god amongst men!
Welcome back to Run It Back Philly, Sixers Sicko Nation. If you are brand new to this channel, we cover the 76ers every single day. Subscribe to the channel if you want unbiased, unfiltered 76ers opinions, live streams, post-game live show, all that. And hit the like button for me, Sicko Nation. Let's get 1,000 likes on this video. So the first thing we have is Austin Krell on Twitter gives us the full injury report tonight before tomorrow's game with Boston. And so these are already listed for who's in and who's out for Boston's the game against the Boston Celtics tomorrow. The game one of the NBA Cup, by the way, for anybody that cares about the NBA Cup. Do we care about the NBA Cup? Let me know in the comments if you care about the NBA Cup. Sixers injury report. Paul George is out. Jared McCain is out. Dominic Barlow is out. Everyone else will be available to play. Now, these guys are listed out for the Boston Celtics game, but everybody participated in practice. Kyle Newbeck tells us all Sixers were full participants in practice today, including Jared McCain. When is the last time every player on the 76ers team was a full participant in practice? 2007 maybe? Probably not even then. I don't know. But everybody participated in practice, including Jared McCain. So Jared McCain is closer to coming back than everybody thought. I saw another tweet, I didn't bring it up here, that Jared McCain is ahead of schedule in his return from his UCL injury, his tendon in his thumb. Speaking of Jared McCain, the 76ers exercised the third-year team option on Jared McCain for 26-27. McCain averaged 15 points, 46 from the field, 38% from three-point range in 23 games as a rookie last season. So, of course, this is his second year in the league. The rookie contract comes with a third-year team option. So the 76ers exercise that option way ahead of time because, you know, and anybody, I know people are throwing this out there, and I know some people even called the show and suggested, you know, we should throw Jared McCain into a Paul George package or something like that. Look, the 76ers are not trading Jared McCain. He was way too good as a rookie in just, 20 games to not see what he turns into. You just absolutely can't do it. If he becomes the next Steph Curry, you would get laughed at for the next 40 years for throwing him into a trade to get rid of a bad contract. You know, it's not going to happen. The Sixers are keeping Jared McCain for the foreseeable future. You know, I don't know what will happen 2 or 3 years down the line if some guys become stars and seem like, you know, there's too many hands in the fire or something like that. But right now, they're not even thinking about trading Jared McCain. And when I typed in Jared McCain on Twitter, I just wanted to throw this out there for some fun. This was the first thing that popped up. Kings Muse, Sacramento Kings fans trying to talk themselves into being happy. You have the most oddly put together roster in the NBA. It's just a bunch of the Chicago Bulls sloppy seconds, and the Kings are like 1-4. I saw Russell Westbrook shot an air ball last night from a wide open three. It's a terrible team. It's terrible management. It's terrible ownership. So King fans have to do this. Okay, I get that. Would you take Paul George's extra year on his contract to acquire Jared McCain? Well, what kind of dumb question is that? Number one, yes, of course you would if you were the Kings, because you get Jared McCain. Who's going to say no as a Kings fan to 1 year of Paul George if you get Jared McCain? I mean, come on, bro. But that shit ain't happening anyway. But Kings fans, bless your heart. I understand, you know, you gotta make yourselves believe and feel good somehow, some way. Nick Nurse had comments on Jared McCain after practice. Nick Nurse said he has worked extremely hard on a number of fronts to get back in play. So I think from a conditioning standpoint, I think he's going to be in a good place. Well, that's one player who's been out with injury but is conditioning while he's out. I think he's going to be in a good place. He's taken, as of the last couple of days, a lot of shots, high volume attempts. He's making them like he normally does. I think it's still very early here. We got to get him into some contact and get him checked again and all that kind of stuff. But we're making some progress. So, Sicko Nation, I ask you to let me know in the comments what you think. What do the 76ers do lineup-wise when Jared McCain returns? Let me know in the comments. My take is I think Jared McCain is going to come off the bench. Well, I think first of all this, because I did see an article that said VJ Edgecombe's minutes and Quentin Grimes' minutes are in question because of Jared McCain's return. I don't think that's true. I definitely think you're not going to see Eric Gordon ever again, and you're not going to see Hunter Salas checking into an NBA game now that you have Jared McCain. And yes, Eric Gordon hit a couple threes in that one game, and then Nick Nurse got way too excited and played him for like 20 minutes, and he ended up showing everybody why he shouldn't be on the floor defensively, especially him and Andre Drummond on the floor together. My God. If Jared McCain's active, you should not see Eric Gordon out there or Hunter Salas. Okay, that's number one. I think Jared McCain will come off the bench coming off of an injury, but Jared, it doesn't really. Jared McCain, kind of the same situation with Quentin Grimes, man, as far as his fit. He's a real plug-and-play player. The 76ers for years, by the way, didn't have a plug-and-play player. Like, I remember we were saying the last plug-and-play guy or the last, like, microwave offense type of guy we had off the bench was Lou Williams. We went so many years where we just didn't have a guy that could check into a game and give us a bucket, And now they have Quentin Grimes. They have, obviously, Maxey and VJ. And Jared McCain, in my opinion, is similar to Quentin Grimes in that way where he has such a combo game and he's such a shot creator. He has so much instant offense. He can fit in any lineup you put him in because, he's not just a good catch and shoot guy. He's a good shooter off the dribble. He's good at getting to his own shot. You don't even really have to run some offense for him. His ISO game is damn near elite. It was as a rookie in 20 games. And he's a willing passer. And I think that's why guys like Quentin Grimes work in any lineup because these guys are so unselfish. They have such an ability to score, but they're so unselfish at the same time. And so I'm not worried about where Nick Nurse brings Jared McCain into the game. Jared McCain is going to fit right in. He's going to gel right in with everybody. He's going to move the rock. He's going to catch and shoot. He's going to, when the offense needs a spark, he's going to create shots. I'm not worried about it. I think he's going to come off the bench for 15 minutes a game to start coming back from injury. And then we'll see from there. Having too many guards who can score is a good problem. I think somebody called the show before game one even happened and said we need to trade one of these guys. You don't have to trade anybody. Having too many guards that can score is a good problem. As you can see, the 76ers are 4-0. They've been winning games because they have a lot of options and they're about to get more options. So there's that. Paul George was also a participant in practice. We have an update from Jake Fisher on Paul George. And, I guess it's an update. You tell me. Let's listen to what Jake Fisher said about Paul George.
On the flip side, in Philadelphia, there definitely is some positive momentum, to my understanding, about Paul George making his season debut sometime in the next week plus, sometime in early November. So that's a positive element of the injury bug that is biting a lot of players around the league.
To my understanding, there is some positive momentum to Paul George coming back. And we saw videos of Paul George shooting before the season even started, and I thought he looked healthy. So I think it's just a conditioning thing with Paul George and feeling strong on his legs and things like that. Of course, when a guy's had multiple leg, knee injuries, you don't want him to be out there if he doesn't feel 100% up to speed, because if you're not conditioned, you could get injured because of that reason. So I think they're just going to bring Paul George along slowly, especially because the 76ers are so hot right now. There's no reason to rush anybody back. My opinion on Paul George also. Another guy that's plug and play. Let's call it what it is. He's a willing passer. 2 years ago, he was the highest catch and shoot 3-point percentage in the entire NBA at 45%. He can catch and shoot. He can pass the rock. Can Paul George still create his own shot? Before he hyperextended his knee in the preseason game last year, he was creating his own shot. So, and he looks good in these practice videos. So we'll see what level he's at as far as like speed and on-ball creation and things like that. But another guy that I'm just not worried about, you know, when people say, how's he going to fit in or how are they going to play all these guys? This is a good problem to have. And none of these guys are like one-trick ponies. They're all very versatile and have multiple skills. And I just think this is a good problem to have. I don't think it'll be difficult to bring Paul George into these lineups. I don't think it'll be difficult to bring Jared McCain into these lineups. I think Paul George comes off the bench to start too, coming back from injury. I don't think you should throw Paul George right into the starting lineup either. And the 76ers are running, bro. They're averaging like 125 points a game. I don't think there's any reason to change this starting lineup right now at all. Imagine a month from now, you still have Jared McCain, Quentin Grimes, and Paul George coming off the bench. Come on, man. Come on, man. Hey, I will not be live streaming the Sixers-Celtics game tomorrow. Doing some Halloween activities, but I will be doing I think I'll be doing a post-game live show. But if I miss like the first half of the game, then I'm not going to do the post-game live show. I'm going to do the post-game live show the next morning on Saturday morning. So stay tuned for when I'll be live for Sixers-Celtics tomorrow. Thank you for listening. I'll see you soon. Peace.